And President Uhuru Kenyatta's directive to Attorney General Paul Kihara Kariuki yesterday to draft a bill that would bar public servants from engaging in private business or trading with the state reignited a debate that dominated Parliament in 1971. The House then adopted a report by a commission of inquiry chaired by Ndegwa that allowed government workers to do private businesses, though in an orderly manner. But years later, the provision seems to have been abused. One of the MPs then who opposed the Ndegwa report is Burudi Nabwera, a position he still holds 47 years later. Francis Gashuri tells us more.
In May 1971, Duncan Ndegwa and his 6 colleagues who constituted a commission of inquiry presented a report to President Jomo Kenyatta on the public service structure and remuneration. That report allowed public servants to engage in private business alongside their government jobs. Though state and public officers were at liberty to explore their entrepreneurial skills, they were required to give the Republic of Kenya their undivided loyalty in the exercise of their duties. They were also expected not to subordinate their duties to private interests or put themselves in a position where there would be conflict of interest or use official information available to them for their private gain or that of their associates. But a group of MPs opposed that recommendation in the Ndegwa report and pushed for complete disengagement of public servants from private business. One of them is 92-year-old Burudi Nabwera.
The aim was good, but those of us who were in Parliament at that time and who saw the dangers that were going to face the country argued against the Ndegwa report. And our fears then have come to manifest themselves so openly.
Mr. President, sir.
President Uhuru Kenyatta, while addressing a corruption conference at the Bomas of Kenya, considered that at the heart of grand graft in the national and county governments was involvement of public servants in private business, a clear conflict of interest, and ordered Attorney General Paul Kihara Kariuki to draft a bill that would cure the anomaly.
State and public officers will have a simple choice: serve in the public arena or go and do private business.
For Nabwera, the president has affirmed the fears they raised 47 years ago.
They're working for the government, but they are doing something which is very sensitive, where they are going to make a decision on whether this tender should go to themselves or somebody else. It's a complete conflict of interest.
Nabwera at that time offered an alternative that he still believes was relevant and ought to be included in the proposed legislation that the Attorney General will be presenting to the August House.
If we are going to ask them to do this, we should include the provision we had. We should think of their retirement benefits. Don't deny them doing business and allow them to retire in poverty.
Previous attempts to block public servants from engaging in private business or trading with institutions they head have hit a snag, but the situation could change in the renewed war against graft waged by Kenyatta.
We have talked to the AG this morning. By 12th of February, when we open Parliament, we want that law to be in place, so that you either work for county or national or judiciary or Parliament, or you want to do business and stay at home.
That many government workers own companies that do business with the state is an open secret, and that many civil servants have minted millions of shillings by influencing the award of lucrative tenders to their firms or those owned by their associates is the talk of town. In the police force, for example, senior and junior officers own public service vehicles.
Kwa hivyo kama ni polisi, jameni muamue. Wewe unataka kuwa mwenye matatu na ni sawa, lakini uniform weka chini.
There is also a growing trend where technocrats are leaving well-paying jobs in the private sector to join the public service.
No, the attraction is once they are in government, they have access to a lot of other sources of income, including being bribed. and getting those tenders. He's in control of a much bigger portfolio, unseen. And that's what they are looking for.
Francis Gashuri, Citizen TV.